All right, thanks everybody for joining us. Will Smith is now available for questions. Please use the raise your hand icon if you have a question. First questions from Dave Vassay. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Will. I think most of us saw the exchange between you and the fan on Twitter regarding the home run ball knocking his cardboard head. And I'm just curious what you thought about the fan recognizing it and reaching out via social media.
Yeah, no, I thought it was awesome. I didn't really realize it happened until I got home. And then, he tagged me in it, asking for a ball or whatever. I thought it was funny. But yeah, he reached out to me, and I'll hook him up with a ball or something, and probably apologize again for hitting his head off.
I'm curious how you feel about engaging the fans during this season, considering they're not allowed to be there. Maybe they feel a little disconnected. How important is it for not only you but other players around the league to still have that type of connection with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, going through social media and interacting with them that way. Every night they're not, lining the foul lines, asking for autographs. You can't really interact with them this year like that. But, anything to keep them engaged, keep them watching cheering us on from home, it means a lot to us and really, kind of helps keep us going. And, that's kind of why we have the best fans in baseball.
Thank you.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Will, just curious, how do you feel about traveling tomorrow? That's sort of the last, step, quote unquote, challenge, that you guys haven't really encountered yet during this weird situation.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Myself and all my teammates, we've been really, really cautious and careful here. And, the flight will be isolated with just us. So, I think they're testing the pilots and flight attendants. So we should be good from that aspect. But, yeah, we'll have to be extra careful in the hotel with housekeeping, cleaning, being around. I don't know what it looks like in hotels for, regular people renting rooms in there. And, we'll just be extra careful and kind of stay at the hotel or just, go to the field. But, I think it'll be okay and shouldn't be too bad. But, we still got to go for it and, and kind of test it out and see what works and doesn't work.
Do you guys have some kind of, I don't know if it's formal, sort of unofficial, rules or, quote unquote code of conduct you guys have decided upon as players?
Yeah, we've talked about certain things. And there's kind of, there's not written down rules, I guess, but, we've talked about them and, everyone's kind of following them and doing their part to, keep us all safe.
Thank you, man.
Next question is from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead, Rowan.
Hey, Will. Beyond just the kind of differences this year for you as a hitter, you also have the added challenge of the differences in terms of kind of communicating with pitchers and getting on a game plan and a page there. In your opinion, for you, what's been the biggest difference with this adjustment now that you've had a couple of games?
Yeah, with meeting times being limited to 14 minutes and 59 seconds, there are some meetings where they're definitely longer, but it's after 14 minutes, you get up, take 2-3 minute break and come back and get back to talking about whatever you're talking about. But, pitcher catcher meetings usually don't last more than 10 minutes or so before a game. We've kind of ironed out everything we need to and, game plans formulated before we even really have that meeting. So it's not too big of an adjustment, but, there are different things we got to take into account and, just kind of be mindful of to kind of, that whole main thing of just keeping one another safe.
When you think about how much time was off, how curious were you to see where the pitchers would be and what have you thought about them kind of as a whole so far with months off?
Yeah, I think, majority of them are looking really good. about just about every single guy that came to summer camp was, ready to go. It rolled in smoothly, and you can see that when it carried over the first few games. And, pitchers are feeling good. They got their build-ups in. And, we're just kind of hitting the ground running when we came in, and that's what we're doing this season, just going, and everyone's looking really good.
Thank you.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Will, you talk about the expectations that you guys have discussed for behavior on the road. What kind of things are we talking about? It's a 9-day road trip. How difficult is it going to be to live in your hotel room and the ballpark only?
Yeah, probably a lot of video games being played in our rooms. It's just the normal stuff you do every day. It's not going to restaurants. It's, Postmating something or Uber Eats or whatever. And, just kind of doing what we have to do and just kind of accepting that we can't do exactly what we want just for the safety of others and our teammates. And, we just got to go about it that way.
Thanks, Will.
Another question from Rowan. Go ahead, Rowan.
No, I must have left my hand up there. I'm good.
That's it. Thanks, Will. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.